Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the BANKSETA Kuyasa Learnership Graduation for 2021. Welcome to the BANKSETA Kuyasa Learnership Graduation for 2021. I have pleasure in calling on the Managing Director of Felix Risk Training Consultants to officially open this function.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby constitute this virtual graduation of Felix Risk Training Consultants for BANKSETA Kuyasa 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, we will appreciate it very much if you will join us in the national anthem.
Così si geleri Africa, manu pagani su ponolayo, Yiswa imitana zoyetu, Gosi si geleri. Chavasa Yesu, ufelice tintuale la sueñe, si buluke, si chavasa, Yesu, si chavasa, South Africa, South Africa, Heidi Blau van sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us observe a moment's silence for all those who've passed on due to the coronavirus, and also to those who've passed on through natural causes. I now have pleasure in calling on our online facilitator, Ms. Nombuzo Zondi, to lead us in prayer.
Let's take a moment of prayer. Good and loving God, today we join with heaven as we celebrate and give thanks for every student here. We thank you for protecting and guiding them to this point. We ask for your almighty hand to be upon all those who graduate today. Bless their lives from this day on with goodness and love. May they all continue to live lives of learning and discovery, and in doing so, bring great blessings to the world. Help them to stay true to their dreams, to use their gifts wisely, and to walk into the future with faith, hope, and great love. We pray that they may all feel proud this day and enjoy sharing their achievements with family and friends. May today be a memory that burns bright within them as they embark on their life's great adventure. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Amen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dumalang, Molweni, Apsheni, Khuyamadak, Sanbonani Nonke. The MD of Felix Risk Training Consultants, Ms. Bernadette Felix, other dedicated members of staff, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, the most important people joining us in this virtual graduation ceremony this morning, our graduates. All protocols observed. I begin this morning's proceedings with a quote from the book, A Long Walk to Freedom, by our former president, the late Dr. Nelson Mandela. I quote, "When I was 7, my father decided to give me something he never enjoyed, an education. Ever since then, I have been able to appreciate the value of reading and lifelong learning," unquote. Mariba also said this, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world," unquote. These words ring true even to this day, ladies and gentlemen. It is generally agreed that the demand for banking and business-skilled personnel is increasing by the day, not only in South Africa, but throughout the world. It is also common knowledge that highly skilled people are the key to a country's growth, and that training today is an investment in tomorrow. It has always been our aim, ladies and gentlemen, to produce graduates who are internationally competitive, so that both our country and its people can thrive and prosper. It is in this spirit that FRTC has functioned over the years, to give recognition to the fact that the youth and young adults of today are the leaders of tomorrow, and to do all in our power to prepare them to face the challenges of the future. This morning, we can once again say with pride that FRTC has played a major role in fulfilling the needs and aspirations not only of our recent past matriculants, but of all knowledge seekers. Therefore, we are here this morning to give recognition to our graduates who, through hard work and determination, have succeeded in their studies in the 2020 academic year. They have successfully completed the National Certificate in Generic Management. This certification ceremony is one of the highlights on FRTC's calendar. It is a special event in the lives of our students who have worked hard at furthering their studies and who have succeeded in their endeavors. It is indeed the culmination of a year's hard work and dedication to study. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege this morning, on behalf of FRTC and the BANKSETA, to extend a warm and cordial welcome to all of you to join us in our 2021 certification and award ceremony. We know that in our audience this morning, there are parents, guardians, brothers, sisters, spouses, other relatives or friends, or even sponsors of our graduates. A warm welcome to you also. We commend you for encouraging your loved ones to study further, for giving them support while they were studying, and above all, for joining us this morning to witness a very momentous occasion in their lives. We also have with us this morning a very valuable asset in the FRTC scenario, and I'm referring to the staff from the various sectors of the institution. In welcoming you, we commend you for the sterling work you are doing and for the excellent results produced. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the most important people here this morning, I am referring to all our graduates. This morning's function is especially for you. It was indeed a pleasure having you as part of our student body. We commend you for your perseverance and dedication to study, and we congratulate you on your success. We also want to wish you well in all your future endeavors. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the management and staff of FRTC and the BANKSETA, a very warm and cordial welcome to you. Do sit back, relax, and enjoy this morning's proceedings with us. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest speaker this morning, and I have pleasure in introducing to you Mr. Raj Ramchandar, who has been a facilitator of FRTC for a number of years now. In this time, he has made a great contribution to the institution as a whole and, more importantly, to our student population. He is well liked and highly respected in the education scenario. Without much ado, I have pleasure in calling on Mr. Ramchandar to address us this morning.
The BANKSETA executives and representatives, members of the employer management teams, ladies and gentlemen, and most of all, the graduates, greetings to you. Thank you for giving me the privilege to address you on this very special day. Yes, you heard right. It is truly a privilege to address you, such enthusiastic graduates and such enthusiastic mentors and coaches who ensure that this program was a success. Graduates, you have now tasted success. Let there be much, much more to follow. Today, you get to celebrate the results of all your efforts. You really deserve to have your moment. So savor it and enjoy every moment of it. The future will be your own making, which is a great thing, given the kind of people you are and the lessons you have learned. I really implore you to set your goals that you are passionate about. Work hard. Get feedback from respected colleagues, managers, coaches, and mentors. Maintain your own personal integrity, most of all, and help people around you. It will get you a long way in your career and your social development. Remember, always strive for success. Climb the mountain not to plant your flag, but to embrace the challenge, enjoy the air, and behold the view. Climb it so that you can see the world, not so that the world can see you. Remember these very special words. Do it for the pleasure, for the passion, and for personal growth. Remember, always strive for success. It takes you a long way in your career. Strive for success not only for yourself, but for those around you. Your study here, especially with the effect of the pandemic and the effect that it had on the world in the past few months, was a very challenging one. The fact that you have been successful on achieving the requirements of this program tells us that you are up for the challenge and you have a hard-working ethos. I always believe that working smart is a great way to live our lives. The last study here, you had to work smart in order to overcome the challenges and the world around us facing similar challenges. You had to change the order in which you achieved your success and the way you produced your results. Learners on this program demonstrated an ethos of hard work, passion, and dedication throughout this program. The class of 2020, you are ideally placed to learn more and put the knowledge and skills to amazing use. I urge you, now to take those steps and learn all you can to be the best that you ever can. I quote from Newton D. Baker, "The person who graduates and then stops learning is uneducated the day after." So strive on, push on, and achieve. Learn something every day. Graduates, I hope you consider and take advantage of all the awesome opportunities that can come your way if you keep on learning. There are many excellent reasons for continuing to learn. Firstly, the intellectual content of every job we are doing is expanding every day. The skills required to be competent at work is changing constantly. Many parts of our lives change all the time. Hence, there is a need to keep on learning. And lastly, I believe that continuous learning will result in a happier, more fulfilled, more successful, and enjoyable life. If I know it, I can do it. And we have to learn from that expression. If others can do it, I can. Of course, there needs to be a big commitment from you so that it is always an effort that you have to put in. You have to beat the challenges around you and try to do things in a fun manner. I'm sure you would agree with me that we remember the things we enjoy doing much more easily than the things we don't enjoy doing. So I urge you not to stop now. Build your success. Keep feeding on that magical taste of success. You have just begun on a path of lifelong learning that will be the engine room of your success. Find your passion and get to it. Congratulations and best of luck to all the graduates that are present here today. To everybody present, we at Felix Risk Training Consultants wish you a safe and healthy year ahead. Please be safe, maintain social distancing, wash your hands regularly, eat healthy, and exercise daily. Let us jointly beat this pandemic and enjoy the success the future holds for us. Once again, congratulations, graduates. Take care and be safe. I now hand you over to our esteemed guest from the BANKSETA, who will now address you.
A very good day, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, parents. My name is Fiso Timba. I'm the manager for Youth Development and Work Integrated Learning. Today is a special day of celebration as we celebrate your achievement of obtaining your learnership, which was funded by BANKSETA. Today I've got a very small but important job to do, which is to introduce our new CEO, Mr. Hubert Mashabane. Talking about achievements, Mr. Mashabane holds a master's degree in international education policy, which he obtained in 2001 from Harvard University Graduate School of Education. I guess some of you were not born by then. He holds a various experience in education and also has held a senior position within the education sector. He's been a director in the National Skills Fund from 2004 to 2018. Also served as an acting chief director in the Work Integrated Learning. And lastly, before he joined BANKSETA, he was a chief director at the National Skills Fund from 2018 to 2020. And he recently joined BANKSETA on the 15th of January 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Hubert Mashabane, the CEO of BANKSETA. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, families, friends, and to you, the graduates of the Kuyasa learnership. I address you this morning in the midst of our known challenge, the COVID challenge. This graduation, unlike others that we have known, would not happen in a face-to-face manner due to the limitations of COVID-19. As a result, I will not hear you clap hands, I will not see your smiles, nor would I have the chance to see you as you receive your graduation certificates. COVID has disrupted all of our lives, and let's take a moment to send condolences to all our families who have lost their loved ones. This Kuyasa learnership program was implemented in the midst of a lockdown, a hard lockdown, where government had asked all of us to suspend our normal lives, to stop going into workplaces, to stop even the economic activities that we are used to that form part of our lives. It was all with good intentions to save lives. We, however, decided that we'll continue to implement this program, and today we stand proud that we have been able to complete this program in the midst of all these difficulties. So it is therefore with a measure of pride and above all, great appreciation to all our partners, namely the employers, banks and finance institutions that have agreed to partner with us even in these difficult times. We also want to thank our facilitators, our assessors, our moderators, and above all, our BANKSETA team that have also worked hard to make sure that this program succeeds and achieves the goals that it had set for. So all of you deserve a thank you from BANKSETA. To our graduates, I need to also remind you that the world of work out there is changing, and sometimes that change is not evolutionary, meaning it takes place in a slow, unobservable moment. It is rather rapid. So rapid that it threatens to leave some of us. We are now required to adapt to these changes. First, it will require us that we continue to learn throughout all of our lives. And sometimes it might also require that we unlearn certain things that we think is knowledge that governs what happens in the workplace. On the second front, it also wants us to adopt certain attitudes and behaviors. And some of these attitudes and behaviors, like self-management, like commitment to goals and outputs, and above all, a respect for this scarce resource called time. All of these qualities are rarely taught in schools or even in programs such as the Kuyasa learnership. One has to learn them and have the willingness to adopt them. So the world of work will respect you if you have these qualities more than it will respect the piece of paper that is your learnership certificate. We also need to appreciate that we live in a society that is a community to all of us. And in return, we are expected as members of society to reciprocate this community by being a community to others. So with the knowledge and the experience that you gain from this learnership, we expect that you enrich the lives of your community, especially our youth, encourage them to be able to learn and continue learning. In closing, I wish to thank you once more for placing confidence in the skill system of the country, in the banking sector, and above all, supporting the goals of government. One of our mottos as a PSET system is to develop a skilled and capable workforce for an inclusive growth. As I close, I also want to remind all of us that COVID is still with us. At all times, let's respect COVID and put on our masks whenever we are in public and obey all the protocols like hand washing, sanitizing. Good luck with your future. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the moment we've all been waiting for. That is the presentation of certificates. I now have pleasure in calling on Ms. Nombuso Zondi to present to you all our graduates who have successfully completed the National Certificate in Generic Management.
It is my pleasure to present the Kuyasa 2020 class of Cape Town. Abenati Gwayise, Amanda Amaku, Andiswa Gede, Anini Gatyana, Apiwe Matilikishi, Apiwe Mlambi, Dinewo Masiwu, Esona Sijeni, Leletu Luke, Mkolisi Zondi, Ncumisa Mfumba, Phumeza Mpengu, Kamani Nyoka, Sesethu Rasmeni, Siphokazi Bizo, Siyanda Banzana, Solethu Hanana, Zandile Seti. Congratulations to the class of 2020, Cape Town.
Thank you, Nombuso. Ladies and gentlemen, all our students have done well. Some have done a little better than others. Some have excelled. And for those who have excelled, we have special awards to present this morning. I have pleasure in calling on Ms. Bronwyn Naika to do the honors.
I have the privilege to announce the top achiever for Cape Town, Solietu Hanana. Congratulations.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have pleasure in calling on Mr. Ramchandar again to move the official vote of thanks.
Greetings once again. No event or function can be successful without the input and cooperation of all role players. No function can be concluded without saying thank you to the various role players for making the function a success. To the FRTC staff, the facilitators, managers, mentors, coaches and employers, thank you for sharing your knowledge and your precious time with learners. I know some of you have spent many long hours helping learners with their studies. To the employers, thank you for being such supportive employers. Your efforts in assisting learners have resulted in the learners achieving their goals. To the BANKSETA, a very, very big thank you for affording our learners the opportunity to achieve this qualification. Without this program and the skills and competencies that we impart to the learners on this program, our banking world will be depleted of skills. Without you, this program would not have been possible. You have presented the learners with a huge opportunity to shape their lives for a successful career in the banking industry. Your contribution to developing skills in South Africa is immeasurable. On behalf of FRTC, I want to thank you. Our partnership in developing talent in the workplace, as well as developing potential talent for the banking sector, is an important one. We thank you for making our work easier in developing talent. Graduates, yes, I can now call you graduates. All the best in your career, and thank you for being such good learners. Be safe, and God bless.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have pleasure in calling on Mr. Ramchandar again to move the official vote of thanks.
Greetings once again. No event or function can be successful without the input and cooperation of all role players. No function can be concluded without saying thank you to the various role players for making the function a success. To the FRTC staff, the facilitators, managers, mentors, coaches and employers, thank you for sharing your knowledge and your precious time with learners. I know some of you have spent many long hours helping learners with their studies. To the employers, thank you for being such supportive employers. Your efforts in assisting learners have resulted in the learners achieving their goals. To the BANKSETA, a very, very big thank you for affording our learners the opportunity to achieve this qualification. Without this program and the skills and competencies that we impart to the learners on this program, our banking world will be depleted of skills. Without you, this program would not have been possible. You have presented the learners with a huge opportunity to shape their lives for a successful career in the banking industry. Your contribution to developing skills in South Africa is immeasurable. On behalf of FRTC, I want to thank you. Our partnership in developing talent in the workplace, as well as developing potential talent for the banking sector, is an important one. We thank you for making our work easier in developing talent. Graduates, yes, I can now call you graduates. All the best in your career, and thank you for being such good learners. Be safe, and God bless.
Thank you. Congratulations once again to all our graduates. We've done well, and once again, we wish you every success in all your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, I have pleasure once again in calling on the MD of FRTC to officially close this function.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby dissolve this virtual graduation of Felix Risk Training Consultants for BANKSETA Kuyasa 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Benedict Felix. Ladies and gentlemen and graduates, we thank you for participating in this virtual graduation ceremony this morning. It was indeed a pleasure having you with us. We want to say goodbye to you now. Siyabonga, Guza Gwenu, God bless you. Unkulunkulu anibusisa.
Così si geleri Africa, manu pagani su ponolayo, Yizwa imitana zoyetu, Gosi si gelera, Tina musapolwayo, Murena buluka se chavasa Yesu, ufelice tentuale la sueñe, si buluke, si chavasa, Yesu, si chavasa, South Africa, South Africa.